everyone. Happy Monday. Shout out to Leah. She turned 6 years old yesterday. Happy birthday, Leah. It was nice to see some of your faces at Miss Amarine's dance party last Friday. I hope we get to do that again this Friday. Today I want to share with you a story, and it's called Queen of the Diamond, the Lizzie Murphy story. And March is actually Women's History Month, so I'm going to share a few stories of women that you may not have heard of before. And Lizzie Murphy lived in the late 1800s, and she fell in love with baseball. But she was born at a time when girls were not usually invited to play baseball. And she became famous because she was the first woman to play on both Major League and All-Star teams. So this is written and illustrated by Emily Arnold McCauley, Queen of the Diamond, the Lizzie Murphy story. So let's take a look. In 1900, baseball was America's national pastime. No other form of entertainment came close. Every boy owned a ball, a glove, and a dream. In Warren, Rhode Island, there were several amateur teams, and Lizzie Murphy followed all of them. Her father had played on one as a young man. Her brother Henry was a shortstop on one of the best boys' team. To sharpen his game, he played catch with Lizzie. So she grew up in a family of baseball players. Even at 6 years old, Lizzie threw straight to Henry's glove. Thunk, thunk, thunk. They did this for hours until the sun went down and the fireflies winked. "You're a natural, Lizzie," her father said. Now, we don't have fireflies here in California, but if you look it up, you can take a look. They're bugs. They come out in the evening, and they have special chemical in their body that makes them luminous at night. "I want to be a first baseman like you," Lizzie told him. "She's good enough," Henry said. "Don't encourage her," said her mother. "It's not a game for girls." "But she loves it," her father said. "She can throw and catch as well as any boy." He gave Lizzie his old glove and ball to keep, and she carried them everywhere. Lizzie went to all of Henry's games. She watched the plays and could see that a fielder had to throw fast and true to be baseman for an out. She was dying to be on the field. When she was 8, she asked Eddie, the captain, to let her try out for the team. He shook his head no. "Please," Lizzie begged. "You go, Lizzie." "She's good," Henry said. "She can help us win." The boys laughed. Lizzie saw they wouldn't budge. "Then, can I carry your bat?" she asked. "A girl bat boy?" The team huddled for a minute. "Okay, sure," Eddie said, sighing. It was a start. She was a part of the team. A few weeks later, they went to nearby Cranston to play another team. "Who has the ball?" Eddie asked when they got there. Everyone looked sheepish. No one on either team had brought one. "What do we do? It's time to start." "I've got a ball," Lizzie piped up. "Good," Eddie said. "Let's have it." Lizzie held on to it. "I want to play first base," she said. There was dead silence. "Let her play," Henry said. So her brother Henry is advocating for Lizzie to be first baseman. Eddie rolled his eyes and waved Lizzie to first base. She couldn't help grinning. The Cranston team started hooting and calling out insults. "Go back to your knitting. Where's your dolly?" So there she is. Lizzie punched her glove. She had a job to do. She looked over at Henry to see if he was ready. Henry nodded. The third baseman nodded. Next, she checked the pitcher, Mitch. He was watching the catcher for a signal. Then he glanced at Lizzie. He raised an eyebrow. She punched her glove. "Okay, let's go. You can do it," she muttered to herself. Do you see how the author wrote how she's thinking in italics? That's how you know that she's thinking this. The first batter stepped up to the plate. Mitch threw the pitch. A strike! He wound up and threw again. Crack! It was a grounder to Henry. He scooped up the ball and fired it to Lizzie the way they practiced for years. She caught it. The runner was out. So, the first play, she already got a runner out. At bat, Lizzie hit 2 doubles, a triple, and then a single. Once she struck out, but that happened in the 9th inning and her team was already ahead, 10-0. Lizzie tingled with happiness. Lizzie, you can play with us anytime you want, said Eddie. The other players called out, 3 cheers for Lizzie, and Henry pretended to sock her. He's giving her a little punch on the shoulder. That's what it means when he pretends to sock her. When Lizzie turned 12, she went to work in the textile mill with the rest of the Murphys. Standing at a loom all day, she had plenty of time to daydream. Memories of base hits, double plays, the thrill of fast teamwork. So when she's 12 years old, she goes to work. This is before there were laws that made it so children could not work. Can you imagine? So she didn't go to school. She went to work in a textile mill. She's making clothing just like the rest of her family did over here. And then over here, on her days off during the cold months, she practiced the violin. She played ice hockey and won foot races. And Lizzie was an all-around athlete with a lot of talent. In the warm months, she won quite a few swimming races too, but she always ended up on the baseball diamond. So even though she's good at these other things, baseball is still what she loves to do the best. By the time she was 15, she was a regular on 2 amateur teams, the Silk Hats and the Warren Baseball Club. She played any position that was open because she was equally good at them all. So here she is in the dugout with her teammates. 3 years later, her mother sat her down for a serious talk. So now she's 18 years old. You're a grown-up lady now, Lizzie. Lizzie figured she knew what was coming. It's time to give up baseball. But it's what I do best. A woman can't support herself on a ball field. It's hard enough for a man. Maybe her mother was right, she thought. Baseball wasn't for girls. So remember, this is a time when women were not allowed to play on professional baseball teams. And even if you were on a professional baseball team, you didn't make that much money. So her mother is warning her that this is not something that she should do. She's going to fail. So tomorrow we'll continue the story and see how Lizzie overcomes this hurdle, and also how does she start believing in herself. Okay, boys and girls, it's nice to have a little chat with you, and I hope that we get to do a couple Zooms this week, and I'll let your family know. Have a good rest of the Monday. Remember to read a book and play outside. It's gorgeous today, and I hope to see you all later. Bye, everybody.